We decide where we will go. Right here, this team, right now, every step.
Splashes it through. Oh, what a big shot.
Wear them down with our effort. Wear them down with the consistency of it.
Virginia's going to win anyway. Unbelievable. Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Stellar One Bank and by UVA Health System and by Geico and by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly,
they're trying to be bowl eligible with 5 wins, and we're trying to keep them from being bowl eligible.
Steal on the outlet up court. Now it's Era Franklin knifing through the lane. Pumps, drive, scores it off the pass for 2 with the right hand.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Jake Snyder from the football team. We have a lot of great stories for you today, but we start with a look at our upcoming football game at Virginia Tech.
Hello, this is Coach London with a scouting report of Virginia Tech Hokies. Our opponent this Saturday up at Lane Stadium. Their head coach is Frank Beamer. Coach Beamer has been there for 25 years. He's the active winningest FBS coach in college football. They're trying to be bowl eligible with 5 wins, and we're trying to keep them from being bowl eligible. We're going to look at the offensive side for Virginia Tech right now, and we start out with the quarterback, Logan Thomas, who is 6'6", very tall, very athletic, is probably the go-to guy in their offense. He runs a lot of the plays that go through him, strong arm, very strong in terms of being able to run with the ball, a very dynamic player. And we'll take a look at the film here as we go along. The offense is coordinated by Brian Steinspring, but the plays are called by the quarterback coach, Mike O'Kane. The first play here with Logan Thomas is, their style of offense is kind of a pistol offense, but at the same time, it's an offense that's predicated on spreading the ball out and getting it to their playmakers. Here you see third and long situation that Logan Thomas reads the defense, and the defenders kind of vacate the middle of the field, just pulls the ball down, and he takes off running. You see the athleticism, he's got good speed for a guy his size, and actually scores a touchdown. So I've got to be very alert and aware of him because he does a great job with running in the offense. Here's the end zone shot. Third and long situations, you see the linebackers just kind of vacate. He just pulls the ball down and it takes off. Again, you see a play against Clemson. Again, when you have your 4-man down rush going on and you happen to vacate the middle of the field, he does a great job of reading that and using his athleticism to get in the end zone. So again, he's got good numbers as far as throwing the ball, but he also has good numbers as far as running the ball. And this is just kind of an impromptu play by him. The middle of the field is vacated, and he pulls the ball down and takes off and scores a touchdown. Now here you see him lined up in the pistol formation. That's when the back is directly behind the quarterback here in the shotgun. This is a shot of him throwing the ball to Corey Fuller. Corey Fuller is 6'2". He's got 38 receptions for 743 yards, 5 touchdowns. Has a brother that's on the team that is a corner. And you see here, again, out of the pistol offense, kind of a pump fake, and Corey running down the middle of the field, splitting the 2 safeties. Kind of a man coverage here with the defender here, and you can see Logan put it right on his hands, making a good throw. The next play against Boston College, you see Marcus Davis. Marcus Davis is 6'4". He's got 43 receptions for 858 yards, 5 touchdowns. He averages almost 80 yards a game. In the BC game, he had 5 catches for over 100 yards. In this situation here, This was the kind of the go-ahead touchdown here where he just ran by the corner. Logan Thomas throws it up in the air, and you see some of the athleticism and the height advantage that Marcus has. He goes over top of the corner and pulls the ball down. So again, pocket protection and throwing the ball up at the corner of the end zone, and Marcus goes up and makes a great play on it. The corner is there, but again, with the height that he has, the corner doesn't have a chance to come down and disrupt the ball. The last one here is on the running backs. They've had several running backs play for them this season. One of the go-to guys they have is a true freshman, number 4, J.C. Coleman. J.C. is 5'8". He's got 89 rushes for 450 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got 16 catches for 93 yards. Very small but dynamic back, very fast. He also returns some kickoffs for them. And you see here in the end zone shot here that J.C. is a downhill runner and gets through the hole, very shifty, very nimble, very quick. Again, you'll see a lot of, when Virginia Tech does run the ball, there's a lot of misdirection involved with that. Kind of, fake a sweep handoff and then hand the ball off to JC. So that's just a glimpse of Virginia Tech Hokies offense that relies heavily on the quarterback, to spread the field, throw the ball downfield to a couple of their playmakers, and also has a good stable of running backs. So game will be in Blacksburg. Hope to see you there, and go Hoos.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Our men's basketball team continued play in the NIT. Here's the recap.
Got to Jones. He pump fakes from 3, now 4 to shoot. Step back jumper, touches all nylon from 17 feet away. Harris will pass it off to Tevin Jones. This step back three-pointer is up and good, and the red-hot start for the freshman Tevin Jones was passes to Tevin Jones. Dumps it down low to Mitchell. He draws a crowd. Now they cycle it around. Three-pointer on the far wing left. That rattles through from Harrison. Great ball movement for the Cavaliers on that possession.
Well, I thought they came out with a lot of energy, Ted. I thought that's the first half was the best half of basketball that we've put out there.
11-2 as Joe Harris has the ball after the timeout. He uncorks a three-pointer and drills it from the top of the arc. Mitchell banging around in the land of trees. He goes up and under, now feeds it out to Jones. He'll feed it to Jesperson. Fires away from 3, and he drills it from the far wing left. Freshman now in the game. He'll pass it out to Franklin. Stutter step. His pass intercepted by Anderson with a 2-on-1 going the other way. Jones lobs to Anderson, who lays it off the window and good. That was a great play between the two of them.
By opportunity, with injuries, with things that are happening, we don't have options, and that's good for them, but they have to play. As the competition continues to step up, the size of the players and all that, we'll have to be even better.
All the while, sitting on the bench with 2 fouls, he picked up the opening 5 minutes. Nice feed inside for Nolte, who lays it in with the right hand, using the window. Mitchell draws the double team, needs to get rid of it, passes it, tried to get it to Nolte, but it went right over to Atkins, and Atkins will lay it in with a nice floater from 2 feet away. Boy, again, Atkins showing that touch that he has seemingly developed in the offseason.
Darion's active and mobile, and he actually has soft touch around the basket. I think you're starting to see that. And, as all those young guys get stronger, they're going to get better and better. But Darion, I think, just has confidence is an amazing thing.
Put your hand in there. You're going to get ball. Here's a whistle and a foul and a beautiful shot from Mitchell, who lays it in with the foul. A look of concern. They need to get that confidence working again. Here's a pass. Tony Mitchell fires up a 3, and he hits it from the top of the arc.
We got rattled. We did. And whether our alignments were off, and I think they got a little tired because they came with everything, but we didn't do a good job. Just some mental breakdowns, and we just weren't real solid.
Anderson does come up with it. Nice no-look feed underneath to Mitchell, who banks it in. Boy, that was a great pass to set him up. Strips with the right hand. Crossing over his man, takes it to the lane, now feeds it up to Mitchell. Nice, powerful move as he lays it in up close. And the Hoos get another big bucket. It's an 11-point lead. Jordan Williams taking Anderson on the dribble. His shot blocked away by Anderson, who comes away hollering as he swats it out of bounds.
Oh my goodness. What a defensive recovery by the young first-year Justin Anderson. Get that stuff out of my house.
Trying to get it across the timeline, goes behind the back, stops his dribble, runs into a trap, and he now passes out of it to Nolte. Chased it down, now feeds to Atkins, who throws it down with a two-hand rim rocker.
They've matured, and I think they've grown and are starting to understand, not fully yet, how they have to play. The defensive intensity, the soundness on that end, and there were some good things that happened.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health System. We're for fans everywhere, and we're for the Cavaliers.
Welcome back to the show. Our women's basketball team returned home this week to take on Providence. Here's the game story.
Crosby calling for a screen, doesn't get it. Swings the pass right sideline to Atera Franklin. From the wing to the window, Franklin steps back, three-pointer, good. Now over to the right side, Randolph. Bounce the pass down low to McCall. Sky right-handed hook, rolling around and in. Virginia's got the steal on the outlet up court. Now Atera Franklin knifing through the lane. Pumps, drive, scores it off the glass for two with the right hand. Top step in the lane, had the ball knocked out, feeds back out to Pearson, pulls the trigger, deep three, no good, and Kelsey Wolf's got the long rebound, 2-on-2 the other way, lost the dribble, picks it back up, skying into the lane, a scoop shot for Kelsey Wolf.
We started out our zone, and I felt for maybe the first 12 minutes of the game, I forget when they had about 4 points, and then the last 7 or 8 minutes they went on a run, but I think we just took possessions off. You make 1 or 2 threes, as they did, and they become different, it's a different level of confidence, and we just have to become a team that can dictate for 40 minutes.
Now to Rule, pump fake, she is hot, pulls the trigger again, and she scores.
I'm glad we were able to pick it up in the second half. The energy was definitely better. We got some energy from Jaren coming off the bench, so that was really good for us, but we just need to be more consistent.
A lot of times freshmen come in and have to kind of wait their time, and we're just at a point in our program where, we have opportunity right here and now, and so I'm asking them to be consistent when they go into a game. They have to maintain the level of intensity that we have going out there.
Wing-to-wing pass finding Kelsey Wolf, slashing into the lane, finds the crease and lays it off the glass for 2 points. Back to Pitts, going to work, backs in, fades, fires, missed it. Amovio's got it underneath. Her putback is good and the foul.
She just does such a good job for us on the boards, She gives us second and third chance points all the time, and we need that, We really need that. That's a spark for us.
Now to Gardner, lumps it down low to Amovio, goes in right-hand layup, good. Oh, she rose above everyone to bring down the pass. Franklin dribbling with the right hand, t-shirt underneath her jersey, right elbow to Pitts, drives into her defender, spins, drives, hangs, and fires and scores. 61-42, Cavaliers take it over Providence.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation. You are the foundation.
Welcome back to the show. Our men's soccer team traveled to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the NCAA soccer tournament. Here's an inside look at their trip.
Today I just want to get the legs loose, get a good sweat. So don't just go through the motions, get the trip out of you, okay? Concentrate, okay? And then we'll get a good run in for the rest of the guys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go.
There's so much. First of all, we need to get the trip out of us, for sure. Get our the lactic acid from the game, a long trip coming out here, just that's important. But then getting out here at the time we're going to play to get a feel for the lights in particular and how the ball moves across the grass. The grass gets wet at night. You need to see how it's skipping across the grass, the dimensions of the field. And coming out here tonight was really important because this is a very, very different facility. The field is very tight and the lighting is not great, and it's something we needed to really get used to. Right? I mean, literally, if I take one big punch, I can shoot from here, and there's a circle right there. So, I mean, you guys got to get these measurements right. On short notice to come across the country like this is really, really tough, especially we wanted to come out 2 days early, which gave us less time to get ready. And we actually had to come out in 2 separate parties to come out here. Given all of that and all the dynamics involved coming out here and kind of splitting the group, it worked very, very well. And I got to give a lot of credit to Gloria Casella and Gabe Bernstein and our support staff to help put this thing together. But we all made it out here, got a great night of sleep, had great meals today, and I think we feel fresh today. The more we keep playing, the better we get. The more we keep extending our season, the better we get. All right, let's walk in.
Let's go. Come on, boys.
Beast mode, right?
You hear that? It's going to be a battle, man, right? I told the guys over there's going to be pockets of soccer, but there'll be bigger moments and pockets of just battle. Just battling and grinding, okay? Virginia on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Virginia!
Good job, boys. This will be a really, really hostile environment. And the best kind of example I can give you is Maryland. Okay, so you're going to have 6,000 plus people. There'll be fans directly behind the goal, so Spencer, get used to what you had to go through at Maryland. We've been through it. Maryland's a perfect example. Some of the things we showed you today on the field, some of the things we walked through, the tendencies, we're going to show you on these clips right now. He's never going to try to get behind you. He's always going to try to get a little ball played into his feet here. This game is going to be more about dealing with a guy who's very good with his back to the goal and flicking things and knocking things down and runners getting in underneath him and behind him. Make sure you're ready to go. Bring your long studs. Make sure you have all those things, okay? And bus will leave at 5:30, and we'll talk more when we're over there. All right, boys. Most of that first half, I would say the first 30, 35 minutes of that first half was pure adrenaline for New Mexico. I mean, they were operating on pure adrenaline. It wasn't even passing combinations or sequences, it was just restarts. I mean, man, they were just pounding our box with restarts after restarts after restarts. And then I think the end of the first half, it started to settle down a little bit. I could sense it. And then going into the second half, the start of the second half, we were able to play a little bit, and we got that goal off of that. was still okay. And then we lost that ball right here in transition, and they caught us on a quick counter. And all of a sudden it was 2-1, and it was tough to come back from that. I'm really proud of them. It's a very young group that handled themselves very, very well in a tough environment. We lose a guy like Bates. He obviously won't be back, but the rest of this team will. And going through what we had to go through here and deal with what we had to deal with here, we'll be better for it next year for sure.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. Basketball returns to JPJ next weekend. Our men's team will host head coach Tony Bennett's alma mater, Green Bay, on Saturday. And women's basketball hosts West Virginia next Sunday at the John Paul Jones Arena. We'll be back next week with more highlights and stories from Virginia athletics. I'm Jake Snyder, and until next time, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Stellar One Bank. In banking, there's good, better, and stellar. Visit Stellar One Bank today to see the difference. And by UVA Health System. We're for fans everywhere, and we're for the Cavaliers. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by the Virginia Athletics Foundation. You are the foundation.